All right. Finna get ready to shoot this little YouTube video or whatever, man. God's willing, it does well, do some numbers, get a nigga out the trenches, you know, you know, you know. Yo, what's good, YouTube? We are back at it again for another video, man. Another one. You know what I'm saying? Another one. Now today for y'all boys, as y'all read by the title, I got a very long awaited anticipated video that I've been, wanting to make. As y'all boys can see, your boy done, hey, no, real shit though. I'm gonna be showing y'all boys today in this video how to go from this to this, the correct way. A lot of, tutorials, they'll, tell you how to grow your hair, but not necessarily how to maintain it and continuously let it keep growing. Because once you get to a certain point, not trying to brag or anything, but
we do not care.
Once you get to a certain point, like your boy, it's certain things you have to do in order for your hair to, keep growing, to prevent it from getting like damaged, which will ultimately like slow or even stop your growth. So that's what I'm gonna be showing y'all boys today in this video. If y'all boys enjoy the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we finna get into it, man. Yeah. All right, so before I get off, into like how to grow, your hair and the things that I did, to get my hair to where it's at now. First thing I want to do is go over just a couple terms with y'all, because I'm gonna be saying them a lot throughout the video, and I don't want to have to come back and break down the meaning of them or whatever it may be. So first thing is breakage. Breakage basically just refers to when you're not taking care of your hair, or your hair isn't in a healthy state, and because of that it snaps off. You're just losing hair strands. Now there's another term called shedding. Shedding is pretty self-explanatory. Like kind of like animals, we too as humans shed. We shed hair. It's the natural thing. It's kind of hard to tell when you have shorter hair, but shedding is more so when you have longer pieces of hair, and they look healthy, they look fine. Versus breakage is when you have shorter pieces of hair, pieces that didn't get to grow as long, and they're like coming off. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes between breakage and shedding, but 9 times out of 10, what you have to do sometimes is kind of just, take a step back and say to yourself, okay, am I taking care of my hair? Am I doing the necessary things that I need to do to, for my hair to grow? And am I doing it consistently? If the answer is yes, then 9 times out of 10, it's probably just shedding. If it's no, then, you probably just, get on that, you don't want breakage. So breakage, shedding is normal. Breakage is a bad thing. All right, so the first thing on this list is by far the easiest thing for anyone to do. If you can't do this, you just don't want your hair to grow. And that is wear a bonnet. This is one of the older bonnets that I used to wear. Obviously now, it's a little too small for my hair, and I still use a bonnet to this day. Reason being is because a lot of the pillowcases that y'all are sleeping on, the materials that they're made out of, is not good for your hair, especially if you toss and turn a lot throughout the night when you sleep. That friction from your hair moving is causing it to break off. Breakage, like I said, not a good thing. We don't want that. So to protect your hair, just wear a bonnet every night. If you don't like wearing a bonnet because you don't like how it feels against your forehead, or it's not comfortable, whatever it may be, alternative to that is more expensive, more so on the pricier side, but get a silk or satin pillowcase. You could just wrap that around your pillowcase, feel me? That way you ain't got to worry about putting a bonnet on. You just go to sleep like normal. All right, so the next thing is oils. A lot of people, like I said in other videos, talk about oils, but they don't necessarily kind of break down what it is that oils really do for your hair. First off, oils moisturize your hair. That is a myth. That's a lie. Oils do not moisturize your hair. What they do is it seals in moisture, which is a lot of the time, you see people with really nice, healthy hair. They always, put some type of water or leave-in conditioner or whatever on their hair first. Then they apply oil to lock that in. And there's 2 different types of oils. Oils have different properties. They don't all just do the same thing. That's why there's different types. And the 2 types of oils that there is there's hair growth oils, which is what 90% of people talk about because, they help promote hair growth. People want their hair to grow. We get that. But another oil that's really slept on and is really just as important is a sealant oil. For example, this bad boy right here, or this one is the best, if not the best hair growth oil you can get. Now, when it comes to sealant oils, but this is just one of my go-tos, original Jamaican black castor oil. The difference between the 2 oils is, like I said, hair growth oil is to promote hair growth. It's supposed to help your hair grow, get out of that ugly stage, great, cool, we love it. Sealant oils, on the other hand, whenever you apply oil, I mean, not oil, whenever you apply water, leave-in conditioner, you just got to wash your hair, whatever it may be, and you know what I'm saying, want to prevent your hair from getting dry, that's when you apply that sealant oil. Hair growth oil, you can apply that too, but you don't want your hair to get too oily, but you also want to keep that moisture. Big reason why a lot of people's hair, break off and what I'm saying, isn't healthy is because it's dry. You got to keep your hair moisturized. If not every day, then at least, what I'm saying, every other day. You know what I'm saying? Consistently keeping your hair moisturized. Moisture is the key to growth. No cap. Think of your hair kind of like a plant. You have to water a plant, right? That's how, what I'm saying? Kind of like you have to water your hair, get it moisturized. You know what I'm saying? You have to feed it, give it nutrients, like which is the sun for plants and for us, hair products. Now, of course, it's a bunch of other different factors that go into growing your hair, such as, genetics, diet, all of that. It's a bunch of different things. We're just talking about hair products in this video. I'm gonna keep it based around that. But yeah, sealant oils will help seal in that moisture and keep it moisturized throughout the day, or sometimes maybe even for the next day. That's the thing though. Sealant oils you shouldn't apply as often as hair growth oils. Hair growth oils you can apply, every other day, depending on how dry your hair is. I'll say every day, but just to be on the safe side, I say every other day. A sealant oil maybe like every 2 to 3 days. Like I said, just depends on your hair routine, how often you do and don't moisturize your hair. It's a lot of things that go into play, but that's what I would do. Next thing I want to talk about with y'all boys is a leave-in conditioner, right? I mean, just the one that I use, Miel. Leave-in conditioners are basically just free moisture, kind of. It's what you use on a daily, if not, every other day. Wet your hair, apply it, and then, if you haven't already applied, like I said, a sealant oil, maybe a hair growth oil, but basically all that a leave-in conditioner does, kind of like food for your hair. It just helps moisturize it, keep it in a nice moisturized state. You know what I'm saying? The only downside to it is that it will keep your hair moisturized, but only for so long. Maybe like 5 6 hours. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even a whole day if you're lucky. It kind of just depends on when you wake up, how much you apply, how much hair you have, hair density. Like I said, it's a lot of things that go into play. Overall, a leave-in conditioner is really great for your hair. It's gonna help keep it moisturized. Like I said, throughout the day, and it's real quick, real simple. You get up, apply some type of water or something, some type of spray, get your hair not drenched, damp. Get your hair damp, as far as how wet it is, and then just apply the leave-in conditioner, and like I said, oil, and you good. Leave-in conditioners, like I said, are a great way to get the morning routine out the way. You got somewhere to be real super fast. You apply that oil, cool, you good. But like I said, a leave-in conditioner 9 times out of 10 isn't gonna keep your hair moisturized throughout the entire day if you're lucky. The alternative to that, and this is really like the holy grail. Like when I tell y'all, after I started doing this, my hair growth like shot up. Like my hair started growing so fast because it kept my hair moisturized. It did what it was supposed to do, and that is a deep conditioner, y'all. This is the one that I use, Camille Rose. You feel me? Basically, what a deep conditioner is gonna do is it's gonna help soften your hair. It's gonna help it make it easier to detangle. I'm gonna go over that here in a little bit. It's also going to keep your hair, like I said, moisturized. But unlike a leave-in conditioner where that just keeps your hair moisturized throughout the day, a deep conditioner is going to keep your hair moisturized throughout the entire week, for a whole week. Now, of course, you go to sleep, especially if you're an athlete, you sweat, you know what I'm saying? You do things, your hair is still going to become, dry, but it won't be as dry, especially at the roots. It's basically better to use a deep conditioner to help keep your hair moisturized than to just completely not use one at all. You still have to wake up in the morning, spray a little bit of water, apply some oil. You don't necessarily need a leave-in conditioner unless you just want that extra moisture or you need that extra moisture. But if not, then, wake up in the morning, water, oil, you good. Because that's what, this bad boy here is for. Yeah, like I said, really slept on. You want to keep your hair moisturized. You really want your hair to grow. Cop a deep conditioner. Now, they not cheap. You know what I'm saying? At least the good ones aren't. So just beware. None of this. I ain't gonna lie. Taking care of your hair is not cheap. It's not. But it's worth it at the end of the day. So detangling. This is another really big deal. Another really big thing. Basically, detangling is when your hair gets knotted up or tangled up. and it needs to be separated, because if not, that can cause things like breakage, for example. That's bad. Split ends, that's something else I didn't talk about, but that's really bad. And that's basically where a strand of hair gets split at the root and it turns into two strands of hair going in the opposite direction until eventually it goes all the way down to the root of your hair, and it breaks off. Split ends basically causes breakages. Split ends comes from, multiple pieces of hair being, tangled or clumped together, and then not being detangled. So how often you want to detangle your hair? Really, I mean, there's really like there's not a schedule for when you should detangle your hair. It really just depends on, how long it's been since you detangled it. Normally, it's because you don't want to do it too often either, because that can cause breakage, because you're constantly pulling your hair, constantly manipulating your hair. I'm gonna talk about that next too in a little bit. Probably maybe so like every 2-3 weeks. Like I said, depending on how much hair you have, depending on the way your hair is, because everybody's hair is different. Somebody may have to detangle their hair, once a week, versus somebody else may not have to detangle it for 3, weeks to, a month. It really just depends. But the best time I say is like every 2 weeks, especially with us people of colored hair. Our hair tends to get really tangled just because of how coarse it is, and because of that, you need to detangle it. And things you can use to detangle it is a wide tooth comb. By the way, don't ever detangle without water and and conditioner. It could be a regular conditioner, it could be a deep conditioner, but don't ever detangle without water and conditioner. Basically, don't detangle dry hair. It's bad, really bad. Don't do that. So it really just depends. But if you want your hair to be healthy and taken care of in the long run, detangle it for sure. You can also use your hands as well. Almost forgot to mention, but yeah, you can use your hands if don't like the using a wide tooth comb, and you want to be a bit more gentle. And when you do detangle, start at the ends of your hair. Don't start at the very top of your hair and then work your way down. Start from the ends and work your way up. That'll help prevent breakage as well. All right, so the next thing I wanted to cover with y'all is manipulation. I said it or mentioned it earlier, but manipulation basically just refers to any time that you basically mess with your hair. So it could be, something as simple as, you know, doing a little length check like that, or it could be something more major, such as styling your hair or having a curly hair routine, or maybe you about to blow dry it so you can get it braided or something, whatever it may be. But manipulation is it's fine to a certain extent. Too much of anything is bad for you, and the same goes for manipulation. And manipulation is important. It's something that has to be done a lot of the time, but when it's over excessive, such as let's say you're detangling your hair every single day, you wetting it every single day, you just messing with it all the time, touching it, for no reason. Over time, that'll eventually slow down your hair growth and will ultimately lead to breakage. So the best thing I can tell y'all, a lot of the time, it's best to just leave your hair just alone. After you've done whatever you need to do to keep it moisturized or whatever, just let it be. Try your best not to touch it. That kind of helps segue into the next thing I wanted to talk about with y'all, which is protective styles. Protective styles is a great way to minimize the amount of times you touch your hair. Like, for example, having an afro out, or curls or whatever may be out, it's fine and it's cool. It's good for your hair, to let it breathe sometimes. But ultimately, after a while, maybe, a week or two, after that point, it's kind of, gets to a point where you almost need to have a protective style done. And a protective style refers to just braids, twists, coils. Those are all things that are gonna, help protect your hair, keep it out of its natural state, which is for a lot of, us colored people. Let me just say that is a fro. Like I said, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with keeping a fro out. Who doesn't love a good fro? But after a while, it just becomes necessary to put in a protective style, especially once it gets to a certain length. Yeah, if you want to maximize your hair growth, just then put it in a protective style. That'll really help your hair grow because it's not being touched, it's not being manipulated for the next 2, 3, maybe even 4 weeks. How long you should keep that style in is really just up to you. You could keep it in for 2 weeks, or you could keep it in for 6 weeks. Some styles may last longer than others. depending on what style you may get. It's a lot that goes into it. But for me, I would keep it in for at least 2 weeks. I wouldn't take it out any shorter than that because that's not really benefiting your hair. You know what I'm saying? A week and a half isn't a long time. And then I would say I wouldn't do any more than like 4 weeks. Like that's the longest that I've ever went. Keeping, braids or twisting is a month. The shortest amount of time has been 2 weeks. But usually that like golden zone, that golden era, at least for me, is 3 weeks. 3 weeks. That's usually how long I like to keep, braids, twists, whatever it may be. And then after that, take it out. And usually that's how long, it takes until it's like noticeable that, okay, this hairstyle has expired. My hair gets real frizzy. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of new growth. You could tell that it's old. So the last thing I wanted to cover with y'all real fast is something that a lot of people, I would say, aren't really familiar with, but it's so, so, so important if you want to maximize, like I said, hair growth and hair moisture, keep your hair moisturized and healthy. And that is the LOC method. And this is really slept on. This is really a really like slept on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie, a lot of these hair pages, a lot of people who be, you know what I'm saying, giving y'all tips on how to grow your hair, they really be gatekeeping y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but you know what I'm saying? I'm a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna gatekeep. I got y'all boys. But basically what the LOC method stands for is leave-in, cream, and oil. Basically, you're just applying products in a certain order to maximize the amount of hair moisture that your hair, gets. A leave-in, obviously, leave-in conditioner, and then cream. For example, this is the kind of cream that I personally prefer to use. This right here. Feel me? So you wet your hair first, obviously, like not, you know what I'm saying, damp, like wet, like drenched, wet. And then, you apply the leave-in or cream. And then after that, you can go in with really any oil of your choice. It could be a sealant oil, it could be a hair growth oil. Those three products, back to back to back, will help moisturize your hair and give it the, that shine. 10 times out of 10, your hair will be, real curly. Fun fact, this is actually how I got my hair like this right now, was with the LOC method. Even though some of the curls has expired a little bit because it's been about like a week or so. But yeah, great method. Leave-in conditioner is going to help moisturize it. The cream is going to help moisturize it. And then the oil is just going to help seal all that moisture. And like I said, oil is great for sealing moisture. So that's going to go ahead and do it for the video, y'all boys. I really hope that y'all boys did enjoy. If there's anything that I, missed out on, any tips or anything that y'all recommend, I would greatly appreciate it. Feel me? If y'all drop a comment down below, let me know. Let me know if I forgot something. Review real quick. So wear a bonnet at night. You know what I'm saying? If not, get a satin pillowcase. Protective styles, braids, twists, coils. Really, really good for hair growth. Like I'm telling y'all, before I started getting braids, I mean, my hair was growing, but it's like a time skip. The growth was just crazy. LOC method, right? You just washed it. You do the LOC method. Deep condition your hair. Deep condition your hair once a week. Leave-in conditioners are great for your hair. The differences between a sealant oil and a hair growth oil. Know when to use one and not to use the other. Like I said, I hope that y'all boys did enjoy. It's a lot that I just went over. I'm saying a lot of things that I just covered all at once. No, it's a lot of information to take in and process. I try my best to, explain it to y'all in a way that like will make the most amount of sense. But like I said, I hope that y'all boys did enjoy. If y'all did enjoy, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're on the way to 200 subs. It's Sirski, 200 subs. It's pretty cool, It's pretty cool. You hit that sub button, get it, get your boy right, On the way to 200 subs. I appreciate all the love and support, for real. It means the world to me, man. Like I said, let me know if I missed anything down below in the comments. I hope y'all boys did enjoy it. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.